accomplished business leader and seasoned investor, known for his remarkable contributions to the corporate world. As the founder of the AICTE Fellowship, he has also demonstrated a profound commitment to social empowerment and nurturing young minds. With a successful track record, Mr. Morje held the prestigious position of CEO at GIBS, a publicly listed business services company with a staggering $2 billion in revenue and a workforce exceeding 400,000 employees. During his tenure, he masterminded the organization's growth and transformation, cementing its position as a key player in the industry. Prior to his exceptional leadership at GIBS, Mr. Morje spent an illustrious 2-decade journey at McKinsey and Company, a renowned global management consulting firm. During his tenure, he played a pivotal role in establishing the firm's African tech media and telecom practice, contributing significantly to its success and impact on the continent. Moreover, as the managing partner for the Philippines office, he led a transformative journey, leaving an indelible mark on the firm's operation country. Mr. Morje's academic prowess is equally impressive. Holding a gold medal in electrical engineering from the esteemed National Institute of Technology in Surat, he further honed his expertise by obtaining an MBA from the prestigious Indian Institute of Management in Ahmedabad. Recognized for his outstanding achievements and contributions, Mr. Morje received the prestigious IIM Ahmedabad Young Alumni Achiever Award, a testament to his exceptional leadership and dedication to excellence. Additionally, he is a distinguished fellow of the ASPEN Global Leadership Network, a recognition that further highlights his influential role as a leader. He exemplifies the epitome of a visionary business leader and philanthropist, leaving a lasting impact on the corporate world and society at large. His journey of success, coupled with his dedication to empowering the youth and nurturing talent, serves as an inspiration to all aspiring leaders and change makers. Now I call upon Mr. Suraj to share his wisdom with us today.
Don't believe any of that, it's not true. Thank you for having me today. It's such a pleasure to be here. And I'm so envious just hearing everything that Kavita ma'am laid out. I wish I were in your shoes today to get a chance to go to college again and get a bachelor's degree again. My whole life ahead of me. So I do envy you, not just because you are young. I envy you because you are likely to live until the age of 100. Who believes that? Do you believe you live to 100? Put your hand up if you believe you live to 100. None of you believe you will live till 100. I will tell you, there is a 50% statistical probability that you will live till 100. 50%. If you're born today, it's more like 75%. You're about 18 years old. So it's about 50%. We've pretty much taken care of infectious diseases, right? Cancer therapy is improved dramatically. You don't really die of heart attacks anymore in more wealthy societies. So all that's left is to solve for the remaining bits of cancer, to solve for Alzheimer's and dementia, which they'll probably get to in the next 20 years. So they can't solve for dementia today, but by the time you're 50, they would have solved for that too. So unless a bus hits you in the middle of the road, you will live till 100. How does that feel? Uncomfortable? Happy? So I'll tell you, I think that we underestimate the impact of living till 100, right? Because it means you will be probably active and energetic until the age of 90. So at what age will you graduate from your business degree? How old will you be? Come on guys, do some maths. Speak up. 20, and you'll work till 90. How many years of a career is that? 70, that's a 70-year career. What about your parents or your grandparents? How long was their career? 40, 30? 40 years. So your career goes from 40 years to 70 years. Can you imagine joining a bank as a clerk and working as a clerk 70 years? That's a long career. And if you look at the trends around the world, it's actually many things are going to make this even more interesting. So imagine a person who's 50 today, okay? Imagine I'm 50 today, I'm going to live till 100, so I'm halfway through my life. How old was I? Which year was I 18? You're about 18 today, all of you? In which year was I 18? Come on, you're BBA students, you should be good at maths. Somebody say something. 91, 93, that time, right? Okay. What was different in 93 and 2023? What do you think the big differences were in the world? How many of you think I would have seen a mobile phone? I wouldn't have. Mobile phones came in 97. How many of you think I would have used the internet? I wouldn't have. The internet came in 96. So imagine you guys 18 today, imagine all the things that haven't been invented and that will be invented between today and the time you get to 50. In 1993 we didn't even have emails, we had fax machines. We were talking today, when I started working in 99, we didn't have PowerPoint projections, we had overhead projectors with transparencies. Everyone talks about how technology is going to change everything that we do, but this is the reality of a 100-year life. You are constantly learning because the world around you is changing. The other thing, by the way, who's heard of climate change here? Okay, so when is climate going to change? It's changing already. It's changing already. But for people my age who say, okay, I'm going to live till 70, I've got 25 years to go, probably things will be fine, right? 25 years the world will number along. You're going to live till 100. You'll be around in 2100. Will things be fine then? Not if we don't change urgently. So for things like climate change, your generation has a much more entrenched interest to drive change versus 75-year-old politicians who just need to kick the can down the road for 10 years because they're going to be dead anyway and let you to live with them. So this is my generation's gift to your generation is climate change, but what you do with it is what you decide to, and you will live with those implications. So you've got technology, you've got climate change that will impact you as you live till 100. But there are other things that will change in the next 20 years. So who's heard that India is one of the youngest populations in the world, fastest growing populations? Put your hand up if you've heard this. Okay. When do you think India's population will stop growing? When is India's population projected to stop growing? Anybody? 2050. 2050. So when you are 50 years old, you will enter an India where population is in decline. And by that time, Western population would have been in decline for about 15 years. Chinese population would have been in decline for about 20 years. When you are in the prime of your life, you will no longer live in a world where the population is growing. You will live in a world where human being population is shrinking. The second half of your life will be so different because that changes everything, right? Today we have more consumers, we have young people coming into the workforce, we have people who are going to eat more, play more, buy more, all that will change. The whole notion of GDP and GDP as a measure of prosperity in a declining population doesn't really make sense. So that will also change. So, you're going to live really long in this world where many things are going to change. What does that really mean for you? It's probably the question you should be asking yourselves, because a lot of us, our brains are programmed to take shortcuts, right? We get hundreds of stimuli every second. What we see, what we hear, what we smell, what we touch. And so our brain is programmed to actually disregard stimuli that don't fit into patterns. And therefore we tend to assume that the world will carry on the way it always has carried on. Maybe some of you think you're going to graduate and go find a job in the US because that's where prosperity happens. But you know what? US GDP is growing slower than India. Right? US population will go into decline quite quickly. So where really do you want to be? So I think as you think about your careers, as you think about the next 3 to 4 years, a few things I think are more important in your generation than mine. Obviously getting a degree is still important. But I would argue that getting a degree is less important than it's ever been. Because what you learn in your first year is probably redundant by your fourth year, because things are changing so quickly. So it's what you do with what you learn. Right? Are you getting involved in internships? Are you spending time out there in the industry? Are you taking a part-time job, not for the money but for the learning? I would argue your generation needs to do that. What are you doing in college after classes? Are you learning leadership? Are you learning to work with people? Because one would argue that in the world of artificial intelligence, what matters is being even more human and learning how to be more human. But what does being human mean? Being human means being able to relate with people, empathize with people, learn from people. Are you learning that in college? So I think, I would just encourage you to think about this a little bit. Again, thank you very much for hearing me out. I don't want to go on for too long. I wish you all the very best, and thank you again.